ಓಕೆ ಲೈವ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ನೋಡ.
ಸಾರಿ ಫಾರ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್. ಅದು ಗೂಗಲ್ ಮೀಟ ಆ ಕಡೆ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಗೆ ಅದ ರೀ, ನೀವು ಈ ಕಡೆ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಗೆ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಅದ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು
ನೋಡಿ. ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಬರ್ತೈತೆ ನಮೀಗ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೈತೆ ನೋಡಿ.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್, ಓಕೆ ಸರ್. ಕಬಡ್ಡಿ ಸರ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ಯದ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ಗೆ ರೀ.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್, ಓಕೆ ಸರ್. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ
ಮೈಕ್ ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, ನಿಮ್ದು ಮೈಕ್ ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಕಬಡ್ಡಿ ಸರ್ ಮೈಕ್ ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. ಹಾಂ ಓಕೆ.
ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಐ ಸೇ ಸಾರಿ ಫಾರ್ 20 minutes late.
ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಬರಲತ್ತ
ಸರ್. ಕಬಡ್ಡಿ ಸರ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ಯದ.
ಓಕೆ. Today we are organizing the national level seminar. Late ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Sorry for the some technical problem are there. Okay, we made the some effort. Okay, first say the good morning to all dignitaries of this event and also the participant. First,
ಸರ್
hello,
ಸರ್
sir.
ಕಬಾಡಿ ಸರ್
Ahead.
ಸರ್ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ದೊಳಗೆ ಇದು ಬರಲ್ತಾರೆ ಅದು ರೀ ಹಾ ಈಗ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ರೈಟ್
ಈಗ ಬರಾಕತ್ತ
Right.
ಸರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರಾಕತ್ತ ಸರ್ ಓಕೆ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ the inaugurator of this event, Dr. B.S. Navi, Chairman of PG Studies in Commerce and Research Center, Rani Chennamma University, Belagavi, and also the resource person of this event, Dr. B.R. Iramat, Head of the Department of PG Studies in Commerce, and A.S. Patil College of Commerce, B.Ed Association, Jaipur, and next on our organizing secretary of this event, Professor I.S. Madpati, coordinator of PG Studies in Commerce, and also the Commerce faculty, our beloved principal, president of this function, Professor S.S. Rajamanya, principal Government Postgraduate College, Jaipur, Professor A.A. Mulla, ITC coordinator, Dr. V.M. Bedagumpi, Dr. S.S. Angri, and all participants. Okay, now we are going to organize the national level online workshop on research methodology. Okay, our beloved principal is always motivating us to organize the national level functions. Already we made last 2 years made the wonderful national seminar. Okay, this year also they have supported us to conduct the national level seminar. Our PG coordinator, Professor I.S. Madpati, selected the topic which is better to take research work. It will help the all research scholar and also the students how to prepare the research, how to do the research work and how to prepare the project work. Which helps the student. Okay, our PG coordinator, Professor I.S. Madpati, selected the best topic for this event. Okay. Now I request Professor I.S. Madpati, please say about keynote of this event. I request Professor I.S. Madpati. Madpati sir.
Okay sir, okay, thank you. Good morning to all. Me, Professor I.S. Madpati, Department of PG Studies in Commerce. We have organized national workshop on research methodology and preparation of a project. Here, we are going to assist students of PG final year students to get advantage about this one, what we call the preparation of the project report. Government of Karnataka, Department of Qualitative Education, Government First Aid College, Vijaypur, Department of PG Studies in Commerce, and Internal Quality Assurance Cells, that is IQAC, organizing one-day national level online workshop on research methodology and preparation of project. This wonderful event is hosted by our department, especially which is going to assist the different faculty members belonging to the different departments. They can get assisted by this event. I would like to welcome all participants and resource persons, inaugurator of this function, to this esteemed event. Respected President of this function and principal of our college, Professor S.S. Rajmane sir, inaugurator of this function, Dr. B.S. Navi sir, Chairman, Department of Commerce, Rani Chennamma University, Belgavi, resource person of this function, Dr. B.R. Hiramat ma'am, HOD, Department of Post-Graduation Studies in Commerce, BLDA, College Vijaypur, IQAC Coordinator, Professor A. Mullah ma'am, HOD, Department of English, Government First Aid College, Vijaypur, Convener, Dr. S.B. Kabade sir, Assistant Professor in Commerce, Department of PG Studies in Commerce, Vijaypur, and Dr. B.M. Pelgumbi ma'am, HOD of Computer Science, Department of Computer Science, Government First Aid College, Vijaypur, and Dr. S.S. Sangdi, guest faculty, Department of PG Studies in Commerce. So, we are going to organize online workshop on national workshop on research methodology and preparation of project on the different issues. So here, let us understand meaning of research. Research in common parlance refers to a search for knowledge. One can also define research as a scientific and systematic search for pertinent information specific topic, whatever investigation. If we are going to conduct investigating particular problem, so we are going to concentrate on a careful investigation or inquiry, especially through search for new facts in any branch of knowledge, and what you call systematically analyzing the facts and figures. Some people consider research as a movement from the known to unknown. It is actually ways of discovery. We all possess the vital instinct of inquisitiveness for when the unknown confronts us. We wonder, and our inquisitiveness makes us prove and attain full and fuller understanding of the unknown. This inquisitiveness is the mother of all knowledge, and the method which man employs for obtaining the knowledge of whatever the unknown can be termed as research. And research comprises defining and redefining problems, formulating hypotheses or suggested solutions, collecting, organizing and evaluating data, making deductions and reaching conclusions, and at last carefully testing the conclusions to determine whether they fit the formulating hypothesis. We may define research as the manipulation of things, concepts or symbols for the purpose of generalizing to extent, correct or verifying the
Hello, sir.
this one aids, yet it is an pursuit of truth with the help
ವಯಸ್ಸಿಲ್ಲ
of
ನೋಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅವ್ರದ್ದೇನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು.
study, observation, objecting the problem of formulating hypothesis.
ಹೌದು ಓಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲ
And the systematic approach concerning generalization and formulation of a theory is also research. Research is a systematic method consisting of enunciating the problem, formulating of hypothesis, collecting of facts or data, analyzing the facts and reaching certain conclusions either in the form of solutions towards the concerned problem or in certain generalizations for some theoretical formulation. And now question is going to arise, the objective of research. The purpose of research is to discover answers to questions through the application of scientific procedures. The main aim of research is to find out the truth which is hidden and what has not been discovered as yet. Now, each research study has its own specific purpose. We may think of research objectives as falling into number of following broad groupings. To gain familiarity with a phenomenon or to achieve new insights into it, studies with this objective in view are termed as exploratory research or formulative research studies. To portray accurately the characteristics of particular individual, situation or a group, studies with this object in view are known as descriptive research studies. To determine the frequency with which something occurs or with which it is associated with something else, studies with this object in view are known as diagnostic research studies. To test a hypothesis of a causal relationship between variables, such studies are known as hypothesis testing research. What is the motivation for the research? The question is going to arise. What makes people to undertake research? Now the question is going to arise. Some people are very much interested in regarding what you call getting into the research. Such a type of the research may showing what you call some of the important aspects of motivation in the field of research. This is a question of fundamental importance. The possible motives for doing research may be either one or more of this one, what you call desire to get research degree along with its consequential benefits, and desire to face challenges in solving the unsolved problems, concern over the practical problems initiates research. Some people are very eager to get involved in the research to solve the problems which are unsolved by us so far, and desire to get intellectual joy of doing some creative work, desire to be service in the society, or desire to serve for the society, and desire to get the respectability in the field of a particular discipline. Now let us concentrate on types of research. What are the types of research? Descriptive types of research as well as analytical types of research. Descriptive research includes surveys and fact-finding inquiries of different kinds. The major purpose of descriptive research is description of the state of affairs as it exists at present. In social science and business research, we quite often use the descriptive research. And the term of ex post facto research for descriptive research studies we can use. The main characteristic of this method is that the researcher has no control over the variables. He can only report what has happened or what is happening. Most ex post facto research methods are used for descriptive studies. In which the researcher seeks to measure such items as, for example, frequency. So analytical research, on the other hand, the researcher has to use facts or information already available and analyze this to make a critical evaluation of the material. And applied research versus fundamental research. So research can either be applied or research can be classified as fundamental one. So applied research aims at finding a solution for an immediate problem facing a society or an industrial business organization, whereas fundamental research is mainly concerned with the generalization and with the formulation of theory. Gathering knowledge for knowledge's sake is termed to be pure or basic research. Research to identify social, economic, or political trends that may affect a particular institution or the copy research. Research to find out whether certain communications will be reached and understood, or the marketing research for evaluation research, are the examples of applied research. The central aim of applied research is to discover a solution for some pressing practical problem, whereas basic research is directed towards finding information that has a broad base of applications, thus adds to the already existing organized body of scientific knowledge. And now let us concentrate on the quantitative research and qualitative research. Quantitative research is based on the measurement of quantity or amount, and it is applicable to phenomena that can be expressed in terms of quantity. Certainly, we can measure some quantities in terms of units. For example, we are going to concentrate on what you call quantity is going to be measured for the rice. We can use the kilograms for the vegetables. We can use the this one for what you call liter for the liquid items, and we can use meter, millimeter for the textiles. That is called as quantity. And qualitative research, on other hand, is concerned with the qualitative phenomena relating to the involving quality or kind. Say, for example, we are going to concentrate more and more on for the purpose of measuring the honesty of a particular person, truthfulness, and what you call the involvement in the group, and cooperation. So these are qualitative measures we cannot measure by any quantitative term. So in such a type of the situation, we are going for the qualitative research itself. And conceptual versus empirical research. Conceptual research is that related to some abstract idea or theory. It is generally used by philosophers and thinkers to develop new concepts or to reinterpret existing ones. And empirical research relies on experience or observation alone, often without due regard for system and theory itself. And let us concentrate on significance of research. Research includes, inculcates scientific and inductive thinking, and it promotes the development of logical habits of thinking and organization. The role of research in several fields of applied economics, whether related to business or to the economy as a whole, has greatly increased in modern times. Research provides the basis for nearly all government policies in our economic system. Nowadays, we are seeing that what you call the PDS system, public distribution system, that is due to research. Giving the pension to the old aged people, that is due to the research. Formulating some policies on the different issues of the society, that is due to the research. So committees are appointing to look into the different aspects of problems. If you are seeing the problem from only one angle, we cannot see what you call the solution to the existing problem. So we have to go through the different varieties of the angles. Then only we can see the problems in systematic manner, and we are able to find the solution to that problem. And it is also going to help to the investigation of economic structure through continuous compilation of facts, diagnosis of events that are taking place, and analysis of the forces underlying them, and the prognosis. Prognosis means the prediction of future development is also one of the what you call significance of research. Now let us come to the point that what you call research methods versus methodology. Let us understand the difference between the research method and methodology. It seems appropriate at this juncture to explain the difference between research methods and research methodology. Research methods may be understood as all those methods, techniques that are used for conduction of research. So these are called as research methods or techniques. So at the same time, research techniques refer to the behavior and instruments we use in performing research operations, such as making observations, recording data, techniques of processing data, and the like. So this is called as research method. So selection of the samples, sampling errors, collection of the data through primary data, secondary data, and also we are going to concentrate on the what you call recording the data, classifying the data, and after classification, analyzing the data or processing the data using this one what you call some statistical method, measures of central tendency, mean, median, mode, and we are going to use the some range dispersion by the mean deviation, standard deviation, and quartile deviation. We are going to know the deviation of the samples or variables, and we are also using to establish correlation between the variables, that is what you call correlation, and regression we are going to use. Then we are going to test the hypothesis on the basis of this one what you call the t-test, z-test, f-test. We are going to use the ANOVA test, one-way ANOVA, two-way ANOVA, like the different variables we are going to use this one. And what is the research methodology? We are going to concentrate on this one. Research methodology is a way to systematically solve the research problem. That is called as research methodology. It is a way to systematically solve the research problem. It may be understood as a science of studying how research is done scientifically. In it, we study the various steps that are generally adopted by a researcher in studying his research problem, along with the logic behind them. It is necessary for the researcher to know not only the research methods, techniques, but also methodology. Researchers not only need to know how to develop certain indices or tests, how to calculate the mean, mode, median, and standard deviation, or chi-square test, and how to apply particular research techniques, but they also need to know which of these methods or techniques are relevant and which are not, and what would they mean and indicate, and why. Researchers also need to understand the assumptions underlying various techniques, and they need to know the criteria by which they can decide that certain techniques and procedures will be applicable to certain problems and others will not. The scope of methodology is wider than the research methods. So thus we can talk research methodology. We not only talk of research methods, but also consider the logic behind the methods we use in the context of our research study, and explain why we are using a particular method or technique, and why we are not using others, so that research results are capable of being evaluated either by the researcher himself or by the others itself. Now let us go through this one, what you call, we can go for the this one. What you call the project. Project preparation, which is going to be started with the selection of the particular problem, that is the research problem. First, we have to find the research problem. We have to decide or define the research problem. Then we have to go for the what you call procedure of selecting the variables or samples for this one. Method of data collection, whether we have to collect through the primary data or secondary data, and before that we have to decide objectives of the study. We have to go for the this one, what you call the this one, objectives of the study. We have to go for the limitations of the study, techniques which is going to be used, the methodology which is going to be used for the study, and finally we have to go for the what you call collecting the data, formulate hypotheses, and those hypotheses tested with the what you call on the basis of sample. That is, we can test with the Z test, T test, F test, chi-square test. So whatever the test it may be, we have to apply for this one. After that, we have to analyze the data in systematic manner. Then we have to go for the what you call the findings, and on that findings we have to write the project report. So this is what you call preparation of the project itself. So this is it is mandatory to PG students to prepare project on the either in plant training or by using primary and secondary data to complete their post graduation, whether they are belonging to the commerce or management discipline. So project report is one of the important aspects, and not only for the education purpose, the project which is going to be preparing to implement the what you call some of the what you call schemes, ideas in the organization level. So certainly people are going to use the project concept for the purpose of systematic implementation of the project. So it is what you call end of this one introductory speech. So I would like to thank this one what you call organizer of this function. I would like to thank Professor Kabade sir, principal of our college, for having provided an opportunity to me to give a brief introduction about the research methodology and project preparation of the project, and how the project which is going to be preparing and usefulness of the project. So certainly I hope that all the participants will get benefited from the this what you call the national workshop on research methodology and preparation of the project. Certainly which is going to help all the faculty members belonging to the science, social science, management, commerce, and other disciplines also. So certainly resource person is going to give some important hints and idea about research methodology and preparation of the project to you people. I hope that certainly this event is going to help all the faculty members of the different disciplines and students of different disciplines to get benefited from this event. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir. Professor I.S. Madpati have given the wonderful keynote address of this event. Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, now request Professor A. Mullah, Madam, please welcome all of our guests.
Thank you, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Audible, Madam, audible.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, Kabadi, sir.
Ah.
Good morning, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to extend a warm and cheerful welcome to you all on this auspicious occasion of national level workshop on research methodology and preparation of project. First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome Dr. B.S. Navi, inaugurator of today's online national level workshop. At present, sir is working as the chairman of Department of PG Studies in Commerce at Rani Chennamma University, Belgavi, Karnataka. I welcome you, sir, on behalf of our college principal, organizer, IQAC, teaching and non-teaching staff. I am honored to welcome Dr. B.R. Hiremat, resource person for today's online national level workshop. Ma'am is working as head of Department of PG Studies in Commerce, BLD Association, Vijaypur, Karnataka. So on my behalf and on behalf of our college principal, IQAC and all the teaching and non-teaching staff, I welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
At this moment, I would like to welcome President of today's workshop, one of the most humble and enthusiastic, Professor S.S. Rajmane, Principal of Government First Grade College, Vijaypur. So on my behalf and on behalf of IQAC, the organizers, all the teaching, non-teaching staff, from the participants, I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
I also would like to take this opportunity to welcome Professor I.S. Madpati, Organizing Secretary and Coordinator of Department of PG Studies in Commerce at Government First Grade College, Vijaypur. So on my behalf and on behalf of IQAC, our principal, sir, and all my colleagues and all the participants, I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
On this occasion, I also welcome Srimati A. Mullah, that is myself, IQAC coordinator and head of Department of English. So on the behalf of organizers and all the teaching staff, I welcome myself. Thank you. Similarly, I welcome Dr. S.B. Kabade, convener of today's online workshop, as well as Assistant Professor of Commerce of our college. So on my behalf and behalf of our college principal, all the participants from all the, even the IQAC team, I really welcome you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
I am pleased to welcome Dr. Vijayalakshmi Belagumpi ma'am and Dr. S.S. Angadi sir on this occasion. And also I would like to welcome all my colleagues and technical staff, non-teaching staff too on this occasion. Lastly, I'm glad to welcome all the participants who are taking part from all over the country and all my students from PG stream as well as UG stream on this occasion. I conclude by thanking the organizers for giving me the responsibility to convey a warm welcome to all. Thank you. Over to Kabade sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam, for your warm welcoming all dignitaries of this event. Okay, the main the session of this event, I request Dr. B.S. Navi sir to inaugurate and also give the speech on inauguration of this event. I request sir.
Belated good morning to you all.
Good morning,
Am I
sir.
audible, Kabade sir?
Audible,
Yes, sir, you are
audible, sir, audible.
You're audible, sir.
Government First Grade College, Vijayapur, Postgraduate Department of Commerce, in association with Internal Quality Assurance Cell, GSDC Vijayapur, organized national level online workshop on research methodology and the preparation of the project. The president of this online workshop, Professor S.S. Rajamani, principal of the Government First Grade College, Vijayapur, the resource person of this online national workshop, Dr. B.S. Hiremat Madam, Head of the Department, DLD's ASP Commerce College, Vijayapur, the organizing secretary of this event, Professor I.S. Matpati, Head of the Department of Commerce, the IQAC coordinator, Professor A.A. Mullah, the convener of this one-day national level online workshop, Dr. S.P. Kabade, Dr. Belgumpi, Dr. Angadi, the faculty members of all the faculty members of the Government First Grade College, Vijayapur, the fellow colleagues, teacher colleagues from the various parts of the nation, and the different participants that may be from the different areas, and more specifically, the participants of the MCOM 4th semester students, as the workshop is designed specifically to the students and generally to the all faculty and students. If I'm not wrong, once again, good morning to you all. It's my pleasure to congratulate the principal and staff of Government First Grade College, Vijayapur, for taking initiation and organizing this national level workshop on research methodology and preparation of the project. Actually, it is the need of the hour. As we are all in the verge of doing one or the other things, that may be in the form of research activity or it may be in the form of academic aspect. So all academicians, students, institutions, the government is facing lots of problems in handling the situation that is because of this pandemic. So that I rightly add that the workshop organized on this online platform is the need of the hour. And it is a perfect timing also, because the students are going to work on the research activities. And it is going to provide a knowledge both to the academicians as well as the students who are involved in the research activities. So that definitely the organization of this national level workshop has served the purpose both to the academicians as well as to the students. Also, I take this opportunity to thank the principal and convener of this national level workshop for inviting me as an inaugurator of this event. I wholeheartedly take this privilege and honor to inaugurate this national online workshop very happily. I say that the workshop has been inaugurated in the right time with the right direction. Congratulations to the Rajmani sir and his team. I definitely accept and convey that workshop is going to be successful and fruitful and even it is going to serve the purpose of the various participants. Because as the students are going to have ample opportunities to carry on qualitative research and help in mitigating various problems that may be social difficulties, social problems, the commercial problems or corporate problems, or various business issues. So all these issues are going to be pointed out, and the issues can be resolved by taking as a research theme or a research title in this particular academic session. So it is a time which helps all of us to think out of box. Why? Because we are facing lots of problems. We cannot visit the libraries. We cannot meet our academic teachers. We cannot meet our guides in this particular pandemic. So that this is a challenge. And during this challenge, we all need to have an out-of-box thinking. And that out-of-box thinking is definitely help us to find solution to the existing problems in the various spheres of life. That may be with respect to the, as I have referred, the economic situations and circumstances, the academic situations and circumstances, and various institutional problems, and the problems which are faced at the government level, so that all these issues can be touched upon by our students as well as faculties during this pandemic by taking the privilege of being in home and referring various online resources and materials. So that it is an ample opportunity which I have told already. Why? Because sitting in home itself going to do good kind of projects. We are going to find many kind of issues, and among that the issue which is going to be most touching to our attitude. Importantly, I may tell that the evergreen topic, majority of the researchers who are going to look upon the working capital policies and practices. Working capital policies and practices. See, working capital policies and practices by our students is restricted only to the ratio analysis. Why we are going to get restricted only to the ratio analysis? We can go with the different thoughts, we can go with the different analysis. That may be receivables analysis, payables management, ratio analysis, then turnover, liquidity management. Different thoughts and ideas can be put with the working capital management and its policies that can be taken. Along with that, we may have even the corporate governance issues, casualty tests we may have, technical tests we may have, effectiveness of option trading policies we may have. So that different thoughts and ideas can be taken, and we may give good thoughts and ideas for the purpose of doing our research in the different fields. So all these things, when we are going to take, that should be taken in a particular line. Because you should not present as and how you feel good, you feel like, because that is not going to serve the purpose. For every report writing, there should be a proper format. There should be a proper format, and that proper format is going to help us for resolving or for drafting the project report in a systematic manner, and even the thesis and dissertation with the systematic manner. Because the resource person is going to touch upon the process of research, how they are going to take on in a disciplined and a systematic manner. But very shortly, I can give thought with only reinforce that you can present your research or the project report. See, importantly, what I have referred till now, the thing is you should understand the research field first of all, and based on that you should research it, and in that sub-theme only you should find an issue or the problem which you are feeling like or the organization is affecting. So on that particular aspect, you are going to develop or you are to explain the particular approach to your research. The first important thing which we have to consider is that is methodical approach to the research activity which we are being carried. That may be what research problem or the question we are going to investigate. What problem we are going to investigate? That should be known by the researcher very importantly. What is our thought? What important objective have set for carrying this particular research work? So once we are knowing the objectivity of the research issue or research problem, then definitely the methodical approach is going to be developed. That may be for the purpose of describing the various sectors of something what we have decided. Maybe just explain the topic from the thoughts or ideas which were understood by us, and by establishing the cause-effect relationship of the particular topic. So when we are going to establish the cause-effect relationship, definitely it is going to help us for resolving the difficulties which we are experiencing. And for that purpose, very important thing is selection. What kind of data you are that may be quantitative, which is expressed quantitative, which is expressed in numbers, and it may be qualitative, which is expressed in words. And through that, either you are going to get selected primary data or secondary. That depends on the kind of research what we are going to take on, that experience research or meeting with the descriptive research. And when we are going to take the experimental research, it is going to be related with controlling and manipulating the variables which we are going to select. And when it comes to descriptive, gathering observations without interviewing the respondents. So when we will find this, we will go through these aspects, then definitely it is going to help us for the purpose of understanding the research activity, and for that the research approach is going to be. So that the first important step what one has to take is that is nothing but explain the methodical approach in a systematic manner. And for that, what is required here is the research problem or the topic which we will select, that should state the scientific discipline. That should be a state of scientific discipline. Because one or the other kind of thoughts and ideas is going to lead us to the practical consideration of the research activity, and definitely that is going to make us for selecting the specific topic here. And very importantly, what we have to concentrate in this particular selection of the topic is a topic which nobody has worked on that. Topic on which nobody has worked on that should be taken care, and the nobody has worked on that means whatever the definition, whatever the problem, whatever the issue I am selecting, that has not been touched by the other. So if we are going to select in that particular manner, it is going to help us for the systematic manner. That is the first important thing here. The second important thing which we are going to concentrate is the describing of the analysis. And important aspect which we have to consider. That's because, and for that purpose, how we are going to describe these particular data and activity with respect to the quantitative part is that it is just with the sampling, surveys, and experience we are going to use, and if we are going to do quantitative or qualitative format, it should be with the interviews, even with focusing on specific groups, and even by taking the observations from the particular personality. Second important thing we have to follow is that is describing the methods of data collection and the methods of data collection. And important thing is describe method of analysis which we are going to do. That may be, again, if we are having new data, use the statistical tables, and even we are going to see some of the packages like the SPSS package, even you may go and mini tabs you may find. that different packages can be used for the purpose of analyzing the data, and also we can use the statistics in a different sense. Are going to help us for the purpose of resolving analysis of the data. And also along with that, we are going to concentrate on the qualitative analysis of the data that may be with respect to content analysis, where we are going to take the where we concentrate on the words, then even phrases which we are going to take, and very importantly, the sentences which we are going to take, so that content analysis can be made, or else thematic analysis can be made based on the themes or the patterns which we are going to find. We may use the disclosure analysis, because the social context, whatever the analysis we are going to give, we want to resolve it with the issues of the general public of the society. So for that purpose, this analysis can be used. So the second important thing is analysis we are going to do, and the last step, because I want to just this way simplify this in four methods approach to the population: data collected, analyze the data, and last but not the least, evaluate and justify the methodological choice is what we have. Because that evaluation and justification is very important. We have carried the research with our thoughts and ideas, and that should be taken care in presenting it in a report format. So that purpose only is rightly said that whatever the reports we are going to present, and that reports should be documented. See, whatever project we are going to do, papers we are going to write, that should not only restrict to the particular purpose. It means publishing the particular paper and getting the idea. No. And project means doing the project, getting the degree. Ours should not be restricted to these specific things. We should take it to the further steps that may be due to the concerned department, or the concerned local authorities, or to the concerned business activities, where the findings of our research are going to be used and implemented in the policy framing. So that all researches, all kinds of researches, whether it is a small research or a big research, it may be a project or it may be a PhD thesis. So any kind of research it may be, it should be documented. So with that thought only, with that idea, means doing that particular research, documenting that particular research only, we should carry on the particular research activity. That research methodology and project preparation is very important from the point of view of the final year students for all these things, because majorly in all universities and in all the streams, the project report is compulsory, especially for postgraduate students, and even in the undergraduate students, all it is mandated. So that the thoughts or the ideas which have explored in that way, we could enjoy the particular aspect doing research. We should not take as a serious sort of idea. Doing research is a headache. Doing research is a biggest burden. Don't consider it as a burden. Don't consider it as, I'm not going to get the data, I'm not going to get the particular person idea. Just enjoy the topic you have selected. Engage in that particular aspect. Enjoy and engage. So if you are going to get engaged that, excel in the thoughts and ideas, and you are going to get up, enjoy, engage, and excel, then definitely it leads to the rising aspects of doing research or carrying research, coming with the thoughts and ideas. So that enjoy, engage, excel, and emphasize are four important keywords for every researcher who has to keep in mind before taking any kind of research. So this is the thing which I wanted to talk. As far as the effort projects are concerned, specifically I was telling that the students cannot meet the teachers and go to the library and meet the businessman with the industry. So, particularly, we may use the online resources through that we can carry on the research activity. So I think every college has an arrangement to meet concerned guides, concerned teachers as a guide, to talk with them, collect data as per your requisition, thought and idea, and present that as the students perform. The resource person is going to point what kind of process, what important steps are to be used in the project report purpose. So apply things and definitely that's going to help you. And our university, as you know all, the project report is valued for 80 marks and paper votes for the consent. This particular project because along with this project report, there are another 5 subjects. Give importance, equal importance to all the subjects because how this subject being 100 marks, even this project is also going to carry 100 marks. Give equal importance to get engaged with that, come up with the different thoughts and ideas, new thoughts and ideas, present that in the systematic form as it is specified and as you have studied these classes, methodology subject. So based on that, you can prepare your project and you can consider the resource person guidance also. I feel it is the third picture I have to present in front of you all. So at this I take the privilege to thank the organizer, especially Rajmani sir and the convener of this workshop about it. Secretary Matpati sir, for inviting me as an inaugurator and giving my inaugural address. So I wish this one day national online workshop on research methodology and project preparation is going to be fruitful and it is going to be helpful to all, especially the students in particular and researchers in the general, and going to serve the purpose. With this wishes, I thank the organizers once again. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
I have made a wonderful inaugural address to all the participants. It helps the researcher. You have made a wonderful the inaugural speech. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Now, I request Dr. B.R. Iramat Madam, Head of the Department of Commerce, and also the Chairman of the PG Studies in Commerce, A.S. Patil College of Commerce, B.Ed Association, Vishaypur, Karnataka. I request Madam to say about how to make the research and how to prepare the project. Okay, it helps all the participants. Means what you are sharing now. Okay, I request Madam to deliver your speech.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. Very good afternoon to one and all present or online. So here Dr. B.S. Nami, Chairman, Department of PG Center, Rani Channamma University, Belgavi, and Professor S.S. Rajmanya, the Principal of Government First Grade College, Vijaypur, and the organizing secretary of this national level workshop, Professor I.S. Matpati, and the convener, Dr. S.B. Kabade, and all the participants who are live on the YouTube here. Okay, since from more than 1.5 hours, they are eagerly waiting for the session. So very warm and cheerful good afternoon to once again here in this national level online workshop on research methodology and how to prepare a project for PG students. Really, I do appreciate very much for the organizing team for this workshop. Okay, as they have decided to host this workshop here at the right time, they have taken the decision here. In this pandemic, students cannot go outside and they are all very in a very difficult situation how to do the project and all here. So it's the right time to conduct the such type of program here. Okay. So am I audible properly, sir? Kabade sir?
Audible, madam. Audible.
Kabade sir, I'm audible?
Audible,
Okay,
madam.
okay, sir. Okay, sir. So okay, and my session is purely on student oriented. Okay, it's purely related to the students how to prepare a project, and definitely I assure you that the students as a part of the curriculum during the last semester, the students are required to take up the project work for the successful completion of the MCOM program. Okay. So why the students have to prepare the projects? Why should not be the subject like theoretical? At the end, everybody will feel like project ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕಿದು ಇದ್ರ ಬದಲು ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇತ್ತಂತಂದ್ರೆ we can do better and they feel like that here. Because this project will be very helpful for the students to get the practical approach. Okay, just theoretical learning may not be fruitful for the student. Say for example, theoretically, if you give a training for the students how to swim, okay, ಈ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ರೂಮ್ ನಾಗ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಕಲಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತೇವೆ ನಾವು, ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬಡಿಬೇಕು, ಕಾಲಲ್ಲಿ ಬಡಿಬೇಕು, ಓಕೆ, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಥೆರಾಟಿಕಲಿ ಕಲಿಸಿ ಒಂದ್ ಬಾವಿ ಒಳಗ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ? ನೋ, ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ನೀಡೆಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಸೇ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ರೈಡಿಂಗ್ ಎ ಬೈಕ್ ರೈಡಿಂಗ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ರೂಮ್ ನಾಗೆ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟರ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ, ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ, ಕ್ಲಚ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ, ಓಕೆ, ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಟಾಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ರೂಮ್ ಥೆರಾಟಿಕಲಿ. ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲಾ ಕಲಿಸಿ ನಡಿಯಪ್ಪ ಬೈಕ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂತ್ ಗಾಡಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡು ಅಂತಂದ್ರ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಎ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ರೈಡ್ ಎ ಬೈಕ್ ಹಿಯರ್? ನೋ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಹೈಲಿ ಇಂಪಾಸಿಬಲ್. Theoretical learning, it should be, we have to go for the practical learning also here. Adar salvage ee last semester yak irtarappa antandre last semester mugit tanka they should have some practical experience in the organization andre heng irtada, alli workers heng, how they should interact with the manager, how the process will takes place here. To get that practical, students bare naವೆಲ್ಲ theoretical ಕಲಿಸಿ ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಕಲಿಸ್ದಂಗ ಬೈಕ್ ರೈಡಿಂಗ್ ಕಲಿಸ್ದಂಗ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಈ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಒಂದು ಏನ್ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟೀಸ್ ಇರ್ತದ, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್, how laborers are working there, so that knowledge they will be getting here. So the key objective of the project is to develop the analytical ability, problem solving skills with the help of necessary tools and techniques to solve the organizational problems here. So for many of the postgraduate students, the research project is a very important part of their course here. And the basis, and it will be the base for them to submit their dissertation. It will be the base for them to submit the thesis in future. Okay, the project is not only an integral part in passing the course, but also it serves as the final test of the students' capability to work independently and think critically here. So in order to select a topic for the project and to complete in a stipulated period of time, students have to plan the activities systematically for successful completion of the project work under the guidance of the project guide here. Okay, so without wasting much of my time speaking generally, already the Nami sir have spoke a very excellent idea, and Matpati sir almost sir took my session here. Okay, everybody has covered here. So just I have prepared some PPTs and let me share the PPTs here. Okay. Okay, sir, is my PPT visible clearly?
Not visible, madam. Not visible.
Not visible.
Yes, madam.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, madam, visible.
Visible,
ma'am. Visible,
ma'am.
ma'am.
We can see clearly,
Yes, ma'am.
sir. Okay. So let me go about the project work, and later I will go to the research work and all here. Okay. So project work is nothing but a series of activities that allows the students to do and to make research and to act by themselves using their abilities, interests, personal experience and aptitudes. So here all level of the students can do a project. It's not compulsory that only PG students have to do the project here. Okay, the students can work alone, or students can work with a group here. So it all depends upon the nature and the scope of the project here. Okay, even at schools and educational institutions and even at the universities, a project is called as a research assignment given to the students. Okay, which generally requires a large amount of effort and more independent work than involved in normal essay assignment here. Okay, so your project is nothing but a detailed study of the topic, or it's an issue of your interest in a very systematic manner here. So for the preparation of the project report, you have to make a research. You have to do the research here. Okay, so research is nothing but research is an organized and systematic way of finding away the answers to the questions here. Okay, so here why you call it as an organized? Organized means a very systematic structure is used. So there is a method in going about the research here. ನಮಗೆ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬೇಕಂಗ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಮೆಥಡಾಲಜಿ ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅದರದ್ದೇ ಆದಂತ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಪಾಂಟೇನಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಡೂ ದ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. One day spontaneously on the spot project cannot be done here. We need a proper planning for that. Okay, so it is focused and limited to a specific scope here. Okay, ella organized, nam kade resource aito illo, fund aito illo, so everything should be organized and we have to go for the research work here, and we call it as a very systematic way we have to go here. Okay, there are some set of procedures, there are some steps are there here. Now hang ಬೇಕಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಗೆ ನಾವು ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ ಹಾಕಿದೀವಿ, ಓಕೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ತಗೋತೀವಿ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದ ವೇ ಹಿಯರ್. ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕಲಿ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗೋ. ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಸಮ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಸ್ which students have to follow. There are certain things in the research which are always done in order to get the most accurate results. Okay, so then finding answers is the end of all the research. Okay, so whether it is the answer to a hypothesis or even a simple question, research is successful when we get the answer to the questions. Okay, without questions answer cannot be solved here. Okay, questions are the essential to the research. If there is no question, then answer is of no use. So research is focused on relevant, useful and important questions. Without the question, research has no focus, research has no drive and research has no purpose here. Okay, then I will go with the steps for the project work here. Okay, at the beginning how to go for the project work here. Okay, I think for the students it will reach out. For the teachers it may be they may think that what madam is telling in a basic way here, because I have been prepared for the student oriented here. Okay, first they have to go for the topic selection. Okay, this is the biggest headache here. Okay, everybody is finding a crisis. What topic should be selected for my research here? ಈ ಹುಡುಗರು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ತಯಾರಾದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬರೋ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಏನ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಯಾವ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಇದೆ. Okay, choosing a topic of your area of interest. You have to choose a topic in which area you are interested and what specialization you have been taken here, or in which area you are in expertise here. Okay, and you may choose as a favorite subject of your topic here. Okay, so which may be based on primary data or it may be based on secondary data. Okay, and which give a specific and self-explanatory project title. Once you select the area in which you are expertise, then you can frame a good topic for your title for your project work here. Okay, and the synopsis writing. Once you selected the topic and you have to write a synopsis. Okay, synopsis writing is nothing but the project proposal, or it is the plan of your work. So wherein that plan consists of the objectives of the study, significance of the study, research methodology, and what tools and techniques you are using, and what are the limitations you are facing. Okay, in this way, in a brief way, you have to write a synopsis. So you have to prepare a project. Again, I will have some slides regarding the project report writing here. Oh, what should be the header and footer, and what should be the font size? Okay, and in what manner the font should be there. I have in the last slide here. I will go with the next slide. Okay, the students chapter 1 plays a chapter 1 indicates the introduction of the study and research design. Second chapter will be dealt with organization study. And after that you have to go for bibliography, annexure and all here. Okay, if you will be perfect in the first chapter, and rest of the chapters automatically it takes place here. Okay, here in the first chapter we do include. Okay, so the introduction of the study, need for the study, statement, literature use, objectives of the study, hypothesis, scope of the study, research methodology, limitations and organizations of the study here. Just I will go with one by one. This is my entire session will be on this. These 10 points here. Okay. So guidelines for preparing introduction for project work here. So introduction bariri ಅಂತ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲಿ? You have to tell something what should be included in the introduction here, because that was a very important to write the introductory paragraph, because it is the first write up that gives the gist of what will be taken place in okay, the introduction level only here. A good introduction chapter should incite the reader to read the rest of the thesis, okay, rest of the project report. One of the first thing, you have to make a plan here, okay, because it is section setting the scheme for everything that follows. That may authors write here. Many of the authors used to write in the introductory part the methods, results, and discussions, and even what have been concluded in the introductory part only. They are going to write here. Okay, so it gives a general introduction to the topic for broader audience. Madala general introduction kodabeku, then it comes to the narrow way. Broader way we have to give the introduction. That can be reduced to the narrow way, focusing for your particular topic here. Okay, and state your research problem, state your aims, and state your hypothesis and what research questions will be there here, and briefly describe how you will accomplish your aims. Okay, whatever you have been set the objectives, how you are going to accomplish has been stated in the introduction level here. Okay, give a preview of your main result and state the contribution of the work, how your work will be contributed. So that thing you have to specify in your introduction here. Okay, and next go for the need for the study. Okay, this is the need for the study. What is the significance of the study? Why we have to go for study here? What is the reason behind of study here? Okay, so this significance of the study is a written statement that explains why your research was needed. ಈಗ ನೀವು ಅಂದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕತ್ತೀರಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರ ಎದಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕತ್ತೀರಿ? ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ನೀಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್? ಓಕೆ, it's a justification of the importance of your work and impact it has on your research field. It's a contribution to new knowledge and how others will benefit from it here. Okay, well, the need for the study, how to write. Just I will give an example here. Say for example, the topic for the research is financial performance evaluation of cooperative banks in Karnataka state. Okay, study of the example I have taken here. So how to write the need in that project I will give here. Okay, so we have to state that in today's world of uncertainty, people have become conscious about the savings and investment in the safest way here. Okay, and due to certain changes in the banking sector and arising the new economic policy, and so many cooperative banking sectors underwent a crisis here. Okay, and the failure of nationalized due to certain changes the failure of nationalized banks and other some private and public sector banks here. Okay, so this is the greatest problem for the cooperative bank, how we have to survive. ಓಕೆ ಈ ತರ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಬಂತಿಲ್ಲ ಓಕೆ ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ನೀಡ್ ಈ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ದಿಂದ ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ನೀಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಸ್ಟಡಿ that to find out the actual financial ability of the cooperative banks here, and we have to give the assurance to the investors here, okay, that the financial stability of the cooperative banks, okay, how it operates, okay, how it functions here, how financially the cooperative banks are running. So for that reason, okay, we are taking for this study here. And another reason maybe we can take that lack of research has been done in this area here. ಈ ನಾ ಸಿಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಂತ ಒಂದು ಏರಿಯಾ ಒಳಗ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ನಾನು ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಗೆ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಕೊಡೋ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ I have taken this study here. Okay, therefore the researcher has taken this study ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ. And say, for example, one more example I would like to take here. Okay, work-life balance issues and its impact on the professionals in Bijapur district here. Okay. So ಈ ಒಂದು ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನೀಡ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲ. Okay, so nowadays the workers are facing so much problem here. There is a long distance between the home and the work here. Okay, ಬಹಳ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಅದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಮೊದಲಿನಂಗ ವರ್ಕ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನ್ಯೂ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ, ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಸ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಸ್ hectic schedule ಇಲ್ಲಿ. Okay, the boundary between the work and the homes has disappeared with the time here. So instead of 7 to 8 hours, the workers are working 12 hours and even 16 hours a day in the office here. So even at the home, sitting at home only, many of the emails are coming from the office, many of the text messages, cell phones. In home also they are working office work here. Okay, ಮನೆಯೊಳಗೂ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬಿಡುವಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿನೂ ಕೂಡ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋದೇ ಇದೆ. So ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ so how it affects even vacations also they are not enjoying here. So less time for themselves to pursue their hobbies or free time activities here. So ee tara aitu antandra this will be a great hinders to the growth of the persons, okay, as an individual in terms of their personal, physical, emotional and spiritual. Okay, so this is the reason why I want to study the work-life balance of a selected professions in Bijapur district. So ee tara one need which I hope I would be able to reach out to the students here. Okay, then I will go to the statement of the problem here. Okay, so here statement of the problem is used in research work as a heading that outlines the problem addressed by a study. The statement of the problem briefly addresses the questions. What is the problem that the research will address? Okay, what is the actually problem in that organization? The research tagondri actually problem ada. Okay, what is the problem in this area of study here? Okay, say for example, as I taken in the first example, that is cooperative banking sector here. So what should we should write the statement here. Here the depositors agirbodu, creditors agirbodu, general public agirbodu, they have lost the confidence in the cooperative banks here. Okay, local people were losing confidence in cooperative banks, and so they were gradually attracted towards nationalized bank and private banks. ಕೋಆಪರೇಟಿವ್ ದಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲೈಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕತ್ತಾರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಕೋಆಪರೇಟಿವ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಕೋಆಪರೇಟಿವ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವೇರ್ ಫೇಸಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರೀಪೇಮೆಂಟ್, ಹೌ ಟು ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ ದ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್. ಅವರು ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕತ್ತಾರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಚೇಂಜಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಚೇಂಜಿಂಗ್ ದ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ RBI and the provisions had become the major threats before the cooperative banks here. Okay, these banks were working on a traditional way. Any problem face ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕತ್ತಾರ ಅಂತಂದ್ರ they were following the traditional method of maintaining the accounts and all here. Okay, so there was a need for modern, there was a need for professional development. Workers ಗೆ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲಿ. Okay, we have to do the training here. So for this reason I have taken this study. Thus the statement of the problem holds good. In this way we have to write the statement of the problem here. Okay, then we have to go for the review of literature here. Okay, it's a very central part of the research here. Okay, it's a comprehensive summary of previous research on a topic, and the literature reveals scholarly articles, books and other sources relevant to your particular area of research here. Okay, it's a comprehensive summary. Okay, so here we can see that we will give some purpose why the review of literature is needed here. Okay, because by knowing or by studying the review of literature, what all others have been studied, what I have selected in my study here. Okay, it helps to identify what is already known about a research problem here. Okay, it helps to build previous knowledge. ಹಿಂದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಇದ್ರೊಳಗ ನಿಂತ ಏರಿಯಾ ಒಳಗ ಹಿಂದೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ರು, the previous knowledge we can use it for our study further here. Okay, so ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ many published research are there here. Okay, in that published research ಕೆಲವೊಂದು theories ಇದಾವೆ, ಸಾರಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು thesis ಇದಾವೆ, so many articles are there here. ನೀವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ್ರಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ನಿಮ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅವರು ಸಜೆಷನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ರಿಕಮೆಂಡೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ದೇ ಪುಟ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಕೋಪ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್, that idea we can take for our study here. Because ಅವ್ರು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್, ಸ್ಕೋಪ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಬರೋದು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರ, ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರ ಅವ್ರು. ಆ ಸ್ಕೋಪ್ ಏನದಲ್ಲ ಬ್ಯಾರೆ ತಗೋಬಹುದು. ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಇಸ್ ನೆವರ್ ಎಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಈಗ ಕೋಆಪರೇಟಿವ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಎಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾ ಏನು ನಂದು ಸ್ಕೋಪ್ ಫಾರ್ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಬರ್ದಿರ್ತೀನಿ, ಅದು ಮತ್ತೊಬ್ರು ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. So in this way, by referring the literature review, means by the whoever have been studied in this area, by knowing that, will come to know, will get an idea for a new research study here. Okay, it makes researcher know what has already been done in a particular area. So to avoid a duplication, because ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮಂತ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇಮ್ ಡಿಟ್ಟೋ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ there will be a problem. Okay, ಆ ತರ ಡುಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗ್ಬಾರ್ದು. There should be a difference in our study as compared to the other study in the same area here. Okay, so for example, while writing the research, literature review, we should frame some objectives of the literature review. ಇದಕ್ಕೂ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು objectives ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ ನೀವು ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ನೀವೇನೋ ಒಂದು ಫೈನಾನ್ಸಿಯಲ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೋಆಪರೇಟಿವ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕನ್ನಕತ್ತೀರಿ, ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ರಿವ್ಯೂ ಏನ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಕತ್ತೀರಿ, ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್, ಏನೋ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಒಂದು ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ರಿವ್ಯೂ, ಈ ತರ ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ರಿವ್ಯೂ ನಿಮ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಅಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಹಾಕೋಬೇಕು ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ನಾ ಇಂಥದ್ದನ್ನೇ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೈನಾನ್ಸಿಯಲ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್. Okay, as I have given the example, to understand the concept of financial performance, ಆ ಏರಿಯಾ ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಬರ್ದಾರ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ರಿವ್ಯೂ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಾನು ತಗೋಬೇಕಿದೆ. I should study the growth of cooperative banks over a period of years, because I have taken cooperative banks in my study and I have to collect the review of literature in terms of growth of cooperative banks here. Okay, and the scope and relevance in financial performance of cooperative banks here. Ali scope eno, what is the importance of financial performance of cooperative banks here? Okay, and to review the various techniques of ratio analysis and impact on cooperative banks. What are the various techniques has been used here? Okay, what techniques they have used here? What type of accounting techniques they have used? What type of statistical techniques they have been used here? ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಬರ್ತದೆ ನಾ ಯಾವ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ದ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್. ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕನ್ನಕತ್ತೀರಿ ಅಂಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಅದರ್ಸ್ ಹೌ ಡಿಡ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೂ ಅವ್ರು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೂ ದೇರ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಅ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಶೋ ದಟ್ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಮೊದಲು ರಿವ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕೋಬೇಕು. ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಇದು ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಯುವರ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ದ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಓಕೆ, then we have to write in this way details of the paper review. Okay, review of literature ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ತಗೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀರಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿರಪ್ಪ. ಓಕೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ. we have to show it in the tabular form. How many journals you have referred here, how many cooperative review reports has been referred here. Okay, how many conference proceedings has been referred, how many thesis PhD thesis have been taken for your study. ಅಲ್ಲಿ PhD thesis ನೋಡಿ ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು review of literature ಬರದ್ರಿ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಂದಿ thesis ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಂದಿದು ಜರ್ನಲ್ಸ್ ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ how many website you have been seen here. ಇವೆಲ್ಲಾನು these are all the details of the paper reviewed in the review of literature here. PhD ಬಂತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ 71 ಕಮ್ಮಿನೇ, 100 ತನಕ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಫಾರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇಷ್ಟು 70 ತನಕ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಪೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಮುಗಿದ್ ಬಿಡ್ತೈತಿ. ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡೋ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಹಾರ್ಡ್ಲಿ 10 to 12 ರಿವ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಇನಫ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪ್ರೆಸಿವ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಈ ತರ ಒಂದು ನೀವು ಹಾಕಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರ ಈಗ ರಿಯಲ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾನ, ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾನ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ಇಂಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಬೇರೆ ಬಿದ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ದ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಶೋ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಮೆಥಡಾಲಜಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಈ ತರ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಚಾರ್ಟ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲಿ, ಈ ತರ ಒಂದು ಗ್ರಾಫಿಕಲ್ ವೇ ಒಳಗೆ ನೀವು ತೋರಿಸ್ಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಇಯರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್, ಓಕೆ, ನೀವು ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಂತ ಇಯರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಏನೇನ್ ಅದಾವ, ಈಗ ನೀವು ಈಗ PhD ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕತ್ತೀರಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದ್ 5-6 ವರ್ಷದ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ ಇಯರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಈ ಯಾವ ಇಯರ್ ಒಳಗಿಂದ ಎಷ್ಟು ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ, ಯಾವ ಇಯರ್ ಒಳಗಿಂದ ಎಷ್ಟು ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ, ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ಪೇಪರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಬೀನ್ ರೆಫರ್ಡ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಅ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಇಯರ್, ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಇನ್ ಎ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಲಿ ಇಯರ್. ಮೊದಲಿನ ಹಳಿ PhD ಥೀಸಿಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಈ ತರ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ಲೇಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಹೊಸ ಇದ್ರೊಳಗ ಈ ತರ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು, ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ವುಡ್ ಬಿ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್. ಓಕೆ, and you have to find the gaps. Say for example, I told you an example that financial performance evaluation of cooperative banks here. Okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿ gaps ಏನ್ find out ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಪ್ಪ. Okay, here 71 articles or review of literatures has been collected here. Okay, ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ರೀಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ಟಡಿಗೆ ಅವ್ರ ಸ್ಟಡಿಗೆ ಏನ್ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. So we have to explain that majority of the studies were noticed to be more or less of a descriptive narrative nature. ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ 71 ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂತ ಅದಾವ ಅಂತಂದ್ರ ಮೆಜಾರಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್ ದೇ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟೆಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟಿವ್ ವೇ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಅಥವಾ ನರೇಟಿವ್ ಇನ್ ನೇಚರ್ ಇಂಥವೇ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಅದಾವ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್ ವೇರ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಇವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೋಆಪರೇಟಿವ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಫೋಕಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರ್ಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ತಗೊಂಡಾರಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರ್ಸ್ ಬೇರೆ ಅದಾವ, ನಾವು ತಗೊಳಕತ್ತಿದ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರ್ಸ್ ಬೇರೆ ಅದಾವ. ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆನ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ or most of the products on financial ratios here. Okay, because which I have taken is something different here. You have to find out the gaps here. Okay, and the earlier research studies have chosen either public sector banks, private sector banks, nationalized banks, DCC, and cooperative societies as the sample. Okay, the earlier studies also our sample also ee thara banks adava. Okay, na tagondidroga na have selected cooperative banks in Bijapur district here. I think nobody have been study ಮಾಡಿರಬಹುದು, but there is a gap in year. Okay, year ಒಳಗೆ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ, ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. Okay, we have to show the gaps in any way here. ಅವರು ಮಾಡಿರಬಹುದು cooperative banks ಮೇಲೆ, but same year, same techniques, same objectives should not be there here. That's why we have to refer the review of literature major to find out the gaps in our study here. Okay. Then after knowing the literature review, we have to frame the questions, research questions. Okay, any questions appa, that questions we have to take for the further objectives of the study here. Okay, say for example, what is the profitability of cooperative banks in Bijapur district? Okay, ini profitability ratios ತಗೊಂಡ್ರಿ ಅಂತ, what is the profitability of cooperative banks in Bijapur district? Or what is the liquidity and solvency of cooperative banks in Bijapur district here? Okay, whether cooperative banking sector in Bijapur district is financially efficient or not? We should frame such research questions here. Is there any difference in productivity of cooperative banks in Bijapur district or not here? Okay, ಈ ತರ ಒಂದು review of literature ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮ್ದೇ ಆದಂತ ಒಂದು ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರೇಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಿದೆ. So based on those research questions, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಿದೆ. We have to keep as our objectives of the study here. Okay, so while framing the objectives of the study, it should be we have to frame a smart objective here. Smart objective, SMART. Okay, objective should be very, very specific. Okay, it should be clearly defined the way about you are doing your project here. Okay, and it should be measurable here. At the end, whatever you have been achieved, it should be measurable here. So in that way, we have to frame the objectives here. Okay, and it should be achievable here. It should not be overly ambitious. Okay, ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಹೈ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಅಚೀವ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಫೇಲ್ಯೂರ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ತಾಕತ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇರ್ತದ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇರ್ತದ, ದಟ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಚೀವ್. ಸೊ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಫ್ರೇಮ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ರಿಯಲಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಹಿಯರ್. Okay, so here recognize that the resource constraint ಇರ್ಬೋದಿಲ್ಲಿ. Okay, finance constraint ಇರ್ಬೋದಿಲ್ಲಿ. So ಈ ತರ really whether I can do this project, okay, am I having sufficient resources to go for both objectives here? Okay, so ಅದನ್ನ time constraint, whether time is there here. ಒಂದು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರಿ 10 ವರ್ಷ 20 ವರ್ಷ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಮುಗಿಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Okay, so within this stipulated time you have to complete your research. In that way you have to put your objectives of your study here. Okay, say for example in the cooperative banking sector ante example ತಗೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ. So how you have to put the objectives of the study here? Okay, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ the questions has been taken there, same you have to convert into our objectives here. Okay, to examine the growth and development of the cooperative banking. Okay, that should be your one objective. There you have question, what is the profitability of the cooperative bank? Here you have to analyze the profitability of cooperative bank in Bijapur district here. There you have question, what is the liquidity and solvency of cooperative bank? Here we have to examine here. Okay, there you have question, whether the cooperative bank is efficient towards the productivity. There we have to evaluate the productive efficiency of the cooperative banks here. And we have to give some suggestions to improve the efficiency of cooperative bank. These are our objectives which you have to take here. Okay. First on the growth and development, adake analysis it is a theoretical part which you have to cover. And last also we have to give the suggestions. So in between 3 and above, we have to prove it. Okay. Further we have to prove that one here. Right. And next one is hypothesis. Okay, hypothesis means it is just a statement of expectations, or it is the prediction that will be tested by the research here. Okay, now research hogilla, end result bandilla, munde enagtito gottilla, but we have to put some hypothesis here. Okay, so for example, customer satisfaction. So whether we are being satisfying or no, we don't know here. But ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು ನಮ್ದೊಂದು assumptions ಹಾಕೋಬೇಕಿದೆ. So whether say for example it is very helpful to observe and experiment. We can have a possible experiment in the hypothesis here. So here it helps in verifying the observations. Now main observe ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ verify ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ help ಮತ್ತೆ hypothesis ಹಾಕಬೇಕು. Last you can verify towards your hypothesis here. Okay, and it helps in directing the inquiry in the right direction. So hypothesis ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೈತಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, so this happens then this will happen. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಆದ್ರೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. Okay, so if this happens, this will happen here. Ee tara adre ee tara agtada. Okay, this is what hypothesis. So for example, what will happen to the dependent variable if you make changes in the independent variable? We have two types of the variable here: dependent variable and independent variable here. Okay, if there is any changes in the independent variable, what should be changes takes place in the dependent variable? Idu enare adre adike ಏನು ಆಗ್ತದ? Okay, say for example, I will take the hypothesis example. The students who eat breakfast will perform better on a maths exam than students who do not eat breakfast here. This is the hypothesis. ಏನಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಬ್ರೇಕ್ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ತಿಂದ್ರ ಅವರು ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬೆಟರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ ಇಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ನಾವೇನಂತೀವಿ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹೂ ಈಟ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಬೆಟರ್ ಆನ್ ಎ ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಟರ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. So this is what one hypothesis we have taken here. Say for example, motorists who talk on the phone while driving will be more likely to make errors on a driving course than those who do not talk on the phone calls here. This is hypothesis which has taken here. Okay, say for example, in the cooperative banking study, what hypothesis I have taken here? Okay, so I have taken the profitability, liquidity, and productivity, three important accounting techniques where has been taken here. So there is no significant difference in profitability trends within all the cooperative banks of Bijapur district. Okay, first we have to show the null hypothesis. We have to show the null hypothesis. Because alternative hypothesis, as per my knowledge, we have to show the null hypothesis here. We have to prove with the null hypothesis. Okay, so if there is no significant difference in the profitability. So as many as banks I have taken, there is no any difference. Okay, as per the profitability trends in all the cooperative banks. This is one hypothesis. ಮುಂದೆ ನೀವು ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅದು ಏನು ಸಿಗ್ನಿಫಿಕೆಂಟ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತೈತೋ ಇಲ್ಲೋ, you can prove with this hypothesis here. This is an assumption. After analyzing, we'll come to know whether it is significant or no here. Okay, is there any difference in the performance of the profitability within all the cooperative banks or no? Afterwards, we'll come to know here. But now we don't know what will take place here. Okay, and there is no significant difference in liquidity and solvency of all the cooperative banks of Bijapur district. ಇದನ್ನು ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಾನು. Okay, liquidity ಒಳಗೆ solvency ratios ಒಳಗೆ ಏನು ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. And there is no significant difference regarding the productivity, efficiency of all the cooperative banks of the study here. Here also I have not shown any here. There is no significant in the ತೋರಿಸಿದೆ. So later we will prove it here, whether it is significant or no here, whether your null hypothesis will be accepted or no here. Okay, so in this way we have to find the hypothesis here. So next comes to the scope of the study here. Scope means the area of the study here. Okay, so in the scope we have to include the general purpose of the study. What is the purpose of your study? and the population or sample that you are studying, and the duration of the study you have to mention in your scope here, and the topics or theories that you want to discuss, that is to be stated in the scope of the hypothesis, and the geographical location covered in the study has to be taken place here. Okay, so here this will be an explored area in the work, and it specifies the parameter within the study will be operating here. Okay, so here scope, we can say that the elements that will be covered in your research project, these are the elements which will be covered in your research project, or we can say it is the boundary of the research. Okay, it's the boundary of the research. Yes, to your techniques togondiri, your layer togondiri. What is the duration of your study here? This is what the scope. It is the boundary of the research, we can say here. Okay, so here in this study, one example which I have taken in the scope of the study here the researcher has selected all the 20 cooperative banks in the district for the study here. Okay, this is the scope. This study is a census study here. All entire 20 cooperative banks in the Bijapur districts are there. I have taken all the cooperative banks here. Okay, so these 20 banks which has been taken from 5 talukas. This is my boundary of the study here. Okay, and this study is based on the secondary collection of the data here. Okay, so the period of the study includes 5 years. The period of the study includes 5 years here. And what are the techniques I have taken here? How I am going to measure the performance of the cooperative banks? Through profitability ratio, through liquidity ratio, through solvency ratio, through the efficiency of financial ratio, through the efficiency of productive ratio. These are what the techniques which has been taken. This is the scope of my study. Okay, this is the scope of my study here, right? So here, and the methodology. Okay, so methodology is a very central part of the research study here. So here, what data to be collected here, what data to be ignored, and what data to be collected here. We have to mention here who to collect it from. Okay, the sampling design we have to make here. Yellinda data tagotiri, from whom you are going to collect the data here. That you have to mention here. How to collect the data here. What are the methods are there for the collection of that data here? How you are going to analyze here? Data analysis tools and methods should be included in the research methodology. Okay, the sources of data, whether it is a primary data or secondary data, and what are the sampling techniques here? Okay, the sampling 100 sample tagondri antandra, what are the techniques has been used here? Whether you are used random technique here, whether you are used convenient sampling technique here, other cluster sampling technique here. So which techniques you are being used has to mention in this sampling technique here. And the sample size, if it is of primary data, you have to take the sample size here, whether it is 100 or 200 or 500. For students, 100, 120 or 200 is enough here. When you go for PhD, it should be 500, 1000 and all here. Okay. And what is the sampling unit? Unit ಏನದ unit ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು hospital insurance sector ತಗೊಂಡಿರೋ okay ಅಥವಾ schools colleges education institution, what is the unit of your study here, that we have to take here. And sampling design, okay, sampling design here, you say for example you are 100 you have taken as a sample here, say for example 5 talukas you have taken, 100 sample 5 talukas of ಹೆಂಗ್ divide ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? Okay, so 50 or 20 we have to take from one taluka, another 20 we have to take from another taluka. In this way we have to make a design. Okay, from which taluka, from what taluka, how many number of samples should we take? We have to make a perfect design for while collecting the data here. Okay, and tools and techniques we have to use here. What are the tools you are using for your research? Whether you are using trend analysis, whether you are using comparative analysis, whether you are using ratio analysis, okay, what tools and techniques you are being used in your research, that should, these are all covers the research methodology here. Okay, then go for the limitations of the study. Okay, limitations of the study means it is the flaws or it is the errors or the shortcomings which could be the result of unavailability of the resources. Okay, nimge fund illa, time illa, so resource illa. These are the some errors which takes place while doing your study here. Okay, the sample size is very small where I cannot give the justification. So this might be the what the limitation of the study here. Okay, the methodology which has been selected may be wrong here. ಯಾವ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅದು ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. That might be the limitation of your study here. Okay, no study is completely flawed or inclusive of all possible aspects. Therefore, listing the limitations of your study reflects the honesty and transparency. ಯಾವ study no limitations bit illa. For every study there are limitations here. Okay, don't think that I have written limitations, it is my failure of the study here. Without the failure, without the limitations, we cannot go for the study here. Study illa limitations illa. So limitations hakidra, it will show the honesty, it will show the transparency, and also it shows that you have a complete understanding of the topic here. Okay, topic full ತಿಳಿದದ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ limitations ಹಾಕ್ಯಾನ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. Okay, so for example, so here in the cooperative banking sector, I have taken this example. By taking the example, I think hope you will be better understood here. Okay, the secondary data which I have taken from the annual reports of the cooperative bank. Okay, sometimes that secondary data itself may be window dressed here. Okay, whatever they have been produced, the annual reports, data may be incomplete or data may be wrong here. Okay, as per their requirement or as per their convenient, they have made a window dressed here. ಓಕೆ, ಡಾಟಾ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇ ರಾಂಗ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅವಾಗ ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ನಿಮ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಅವ್ರು ಫೇಲ್ಯೂರ್ ಆಗಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಫೇಲ್ಯೂರ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ದೇರ್ ಮೈಟ್ ಬಿ ಸಮ್ ಎರರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಹಿಯರ್. ಓಕೆ, ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಸಮ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್ ಟು ಮೆಜರ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಎಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ ಮೆಜರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಎಫೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ನೆಸ್, ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟಬಿಲಿಟಿ, ಈ ತರ ಸಮ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್ ಯು ಬೀನ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಬಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಡಿಫರ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಒನ್ ಅನದರ್. ಈ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಎಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ, ಈಗ ನೀವು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, okay, primary data, so everybody will not give the same response here, everybody's response will differ. So ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? Okay, and you sample ಈಗ ಒಂದು 100 ಒಳಗ ಒಂದು 10,000 population ಅದ, and you have taken only 100 sample. Based on the 100 sample you have come to the conclusion here. Are the 100 persons giving the right answer? So there might be error in taking sampling, there might be error in measuring the efficiency or effectiveness of that selected topic here. Okay, the whoever have been given the response for your questionnaire, maybe wrong answer they might have put here. So these are some limitations which have been covered in your study here. And here the present study is based on the cooperative banks of the Bijapur district only. Okay, ಈಗ ನಾ ಬರೇ cooperative banks of Bijapur district ಅಷ್ಟೇ ತಗೊಂಡೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. So observation may differ with respect to other district and places. Okay, ಈಗ ಏನೋ primary data are taken only Bijapur district customer satisfaction here. But the people who are living in other districts, they might be preferably giving more priority of our products. Okay, or they are good in their working here. So based on only Bijapur district, I came to the conclusion here. So that may be the wrong here. Okay, so which have been observed differ with the respect to the other district place here. Okay, and financial statements normally prepared on the concept of historical cost. They do not reflect the values in terms of current cost. In a secondary data mela, with the help of the annual reports are prepared here. Those are all historical cost here. Okay, but the current cost, inflation rate, deflation agirtade, inflation agirtade, there might have been so many changes in the cost here, but that current cost is not taken here. That may be the limitations of this study here. And here I have taken only quantitative components, profitability, facts and figures ಹೇಳ್ತದ, ಆಮೇಲೆ productivity ಹೇಳಿದೆ, liquidity ಹೇಳಿದೆ. These are all telling about the only quantitative components for the study here. And some of the on that basis only I came to the conclusion that the cooperative banks which are working under the Bijapur district is not proper here. But here are not taken the competency of the manager, okay, and market share of the banks and the exposure to international markets. These are the points which have been ignored in my study here. Only on the basis of the facts and figures, and which have taken the techniques, on that basis only I have given the result here. So there are so many other factors which have not been taken in my study. That may be the limitation for my study here. Okay, so in this way we have to mention the limitations of the study. And after that, organization of the study here. Whatever all we have done here, so we have to make the organization. That is what the first chapter is, introduction of the study and research design, and what all you are going to include, you have to mention there. And review of literature, objectives and tables, and whatever you have done, you have to write here. Growth and development of the cooperative banks, in a brief manner, 4 to 5 lines you have to mention. Okay, and financial performance evaluation, a theoretical framework. theoretical framework about the financial performance evaluation, you have to put in the 4th chapter. And here, for the students, analysis and interpretation is only 1 chapter. If you go for the broader study, if we can make a separate chapter for profitability analysis or liquidity and productivity, we can show it in a separate chapter here. And last, we can come to the findings, suggestions, and conclusion here. In this way, here only titles are given, only the chapter titles are given here. Some 4 to 5 lines, we have to write it what has been included in every chapter here. This is what the organization of the study here. Okay, and conclusion. Okay, so how to write the conclusion here? ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ second chapter ಏನಪ್ಪ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾನು skip ಆದ್ರು ಅನ್ಬೋದು. Second chapter is organization study. Then I cannot guide you here. So whatever you get the information from the organization, when the organization has been established here, and what are the functions of the organization, what is the structure of the organization, you can collect. ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾರು ನೋಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ನೀವೇನ್ collect ಮಾಡಿರಿ ಅಂತೆ. You can put your answer in the organization. And theoretical framework, whatever the theoretical framework you have been used, and you are writing for that here. So there also you don't need the guide for that here. And analysis and interpretation. What are the tools and techniques you are being used, and the same tools and techniques, with the help of the same tools and techniques, we have to go for the analysis and interpretation here. Okay, analysis should be in the tabular form. You have to give the table number. Then we have to go for the graphs based on the table. We have to go for the graphs here, and then we have to put the interpretation here. Okay. Then next comes the findings, suggestions, and conclusions here. Findings are in whatever you found in the analysis, the major points, all should not be taken here. Which is highest or which is lowest, which has been performed very well. Okay, some few findings from the organization. Okay, some findings from each tools and techniques you have to write. Based on the findings, you have to give the suggestion here. Okay, so as per the profitability parameter, the bank is performing very good, and still it has to improve if we go for the liquidity position. So these are our suggestions. Then last we have to come for the conclusion here. Okay, conclusion is exactly the opposite of the introduction. Introduction again ಹೇಳಿರ್ತೀರಿ, and conclusion part should take in the same manner here. Okay, it should be very, very attractive. So remember that the introduction begins general and ends with a specific. By introduction of the broader area of the, then you are coming to the narrow specific area here. But in the conclusion, you have to begin from the specific and you have to end with the general here. Okay, specific in the generally bandu, we have to conclude our conclusion here. Okay, this is the last one, I think. And last, after the conclusion, we have to go for the scope for future study here. Okay, ಈಗ ನಾವಿಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಅಂಡ್ ಫರ್ದರ್ ಓಕೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಏರಿಯಾ ತಗೊಂಡೆ, ಒಂದು ಟೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ದೀಸ್ ಮೆನಿ ಏರಿಯಾಸ್ ಹಾವ್ ಬೀನ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್. ವಾಟ್ ಫರ್ದರ್ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಟೇಕನ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಈ ಫರ್ದರ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಮತ್ತೊಬ್ಬ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಈ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ಸ್, ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಇಯರ್ಸ್, ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಇವ್ರು ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ, ಇನ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಅವ ದಾರೆ ತಗೊಂತಾನೆ. ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ವೇ ಎವ್ರಿ ಬಡೀಸ್ ಏನದು research should differ from one to another here. Okay, so in the cooperative banking sector, which I have taken as an example here, the scope of the study can be widened by using the public, private, foreign sector. Here we have used only the cooperative sector. Here the study has to be conducted in public, private, foreign sector bank. So further ಮುಂದೆ ಮಾಡೋ ಈ ಸ್ಕೋಪ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ನಾವು. And many of the internal and external factors affecting the financial performance of the cooperative banks. Okay, so those we have not taken the factors here. ಆ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಅವ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ. And researcher has been obtained the primary data to know the qualitative parameters. So whatever I have put in the limitations, say for example, I have not taken the competency of the manager and the market share of the banks and exposure to international market. These have been ignored in this study here. And further, whoever is going to do, they can take in these parameters here. These are the parameters which are not taken, and further study can be continued with these parameters here. Okay, and research, I have taken only Bijapur district here, and the researcher can extend their study to other districts and places here. Abare Bijapur district tondini, Belgaum district, Bagalkot district, ee tara bare district tondo awa study ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ. And the effect of price level changes can be applied for future study to know the true profitability and financial position of the cooperative banks. Okay, idrag enen effects adavalla illi. So price level changes which has not been considered here. I told only historical cost has been considered here. And whoever the future scope for the study is, whoever is going for this type of the study, they can take the price level changes. Okay, inflation or deflation can be applied for such studies here. So these are the future scope of the study. We have to write in this way here. Okay, with this my theoretical part of the study is over, and some guidelines which I want to give for the students how to prepare a project here. Okay. So usually the project work is of total marks 50:50. I mean for project work 50 and for viva work 50 here. And I don't know the universities may have different ratio here. But in our autonomous college we have made 50:50 here. Okay, hope the same ratio is there for other universities also. And assessment of the project will be done on the basis of the submission of the soft copy and hard copy of the project. Okay, they have to submit the hard copy where plagiarism will be checked here, and they have to submit the hard copy also here. And based on the presentation and viva, assessment of the project will be done here. This is second guidance for the students. And details of the project work. So here completely the project work must be compulsorily in the typed form. Now, Bharat submit ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಡೆಯಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. So it should be in a typed form, that too in MS Word. Okay, and the students should submit the original work of the project. Original work of the project. Now, swata ಮಾಡಿರಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲ. It should not be copied from anywhere. Nowadays, plagiarism is very severe. Okay, if there is plagiarism ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇತ್ತು, there is more than 75%, and the project will be rejected here. Okay, the researcher must submit 3 or 4 copies. And 1 CD they have to submit here. Okay, 2 copies to the college they have to submit here, and 1 copy they have to keep themselves. They don't know ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ನಾ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಾಪಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ. ತಾವು ಮಾಡಿದಂತ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ತಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆ ಬಂದು ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. We have to tell the students. Okay, you have to keep 1 copy, and the organization which they have been selected, if they need, we have to provide 1 more copy to the organization here. Okay, and project work should be from 60 to 75 pages here, and it should be in the executive bond paper A4. Legal narangilla. It should be in the A4 here, and project should contain a header and footer. Header name should be the title of the project, and footer name should be the college name here. Okay, and the font size should be 12 font size ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲಿ, and line spacing might be 1.5 or 2 as per your the data. You can change your font line spacing here, and the page number should be at the bottom of the page, centrally located, and the margin at the right, top, bottom you have to keep 1 inch, and for the left side you have to go for the 1.5, because for binding and all it will take place here. Okay, okay, and the font, chapter name, chapter number, font size. Okay, regarding the font size, the chapter name, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3 at end mention ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, that font size should be 15, and the chapter name ಅಂತ ಏನು ಇರ್ತೈತಲ್ಲ, analysis and interpretation of the organization profile, that chapter name should contain 14 font size here, and the subtitle like limitations of the study or like organization, that should be in a 13 year, and all the body of the structure, I mean explanation, it should be in a 12 year, and the students have to submit binding or hard copy, or the soft copy binding is needed here. Okay, so with this my presentation ends. I don't know how much I will be able to reach out to the participants here. Okay, and thank you organizing team for giving me such a wonderful opportunity for delivering. The first time I'm dealing with the research methodology topic here. Hope a little bit I've been reached to you here. Thank you organizers.
Thank you, madam. You have made a wonderful presentation which helps the all participants to take the project smoothly. Thank you, madam. Once again, I thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Now,
Thank you.
Our participant will ask their doubts and suggestions from you. Please, madam, request to madam, please clarify their doubts and questions. Okay, if you have any doubt, you may ask any question. Please, anybody? Ms. Mujawar?
Present, sir.
Ask the question.
Madam, ನಂದು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ನೇಮ್ ARPC ಅಂತ ಅದ ರೀ, ಅಥನಿ ರೈಸಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಲಸ್ಟರ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ.
Okay.
ಈ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಟೋಟಲಿ ಅವರು ಉಳಿದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು 1% ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ರೀ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ. ಹಲೋ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಹಲೋ
Hello, madam.
Hello, tell him to put in the chat box the question.
Okay, please type your questions and doubts in the chat box. Please.
Was clearly it's not audible due to some technical error, I think.
Okay, I request all participants, if you have any doubt, may ask any question. Sunta Chavan. Arun Rathod. Please, madam.
What, sir?
Please,
Hello.
don't serve. Idu now presentation idu matter, madam.
Okay, shall I share the presentation once again?
No, madam. Presentation take it.
Okay, Tagat Billa, sir. Okay, just a minute, sir. Just a minute.
Any rising processing cluster search marketing. So we have
Okay, is it gone, sir?
No, madam.
Yeah, I have closed here.
Ma'am, stop sharing it, madam.
Okay, that option
Stop
is
sharing matter.
that
Stop
option
sharing
is-
matter, madam.
that option is not coming here. Just a minute, sir.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಅದ್ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಶೇರಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್
Okay,
ಅದು
okay,
ಡಿಸಪಿಯರ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸ್ಟಾಪ್. ಓಕೆ.
Okay, if you have any questions regarding the project, how to prepare the project, please ask anybody ask the questions regarding your preparation of the project. I feel that all participants satisfied with what madam presented here. Okay, thank you, madam. I go for the next.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello, madam. My question for Bharti, madam.
Yes, sir.
Hello, madam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're audible. Tell me, sir.
Okay. Madam, ನಾನು ಅಗ್ನಿ ರೈಸನ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಲಸ್ಟರ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಅದ ರೀ.
ಸರ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಬರೋಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ದು ಟಾಪಿಕ್, ನಿಮ್ದು ಯಾಕೋ. ಹಲೋ,
ಅಗ್ನಿ ರೈಸನ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಲಸ್ಟರ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ನಂದು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಅದ ಮೇಡಮ್.
ಅತನಿ
ರೈಸನ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಲಸ್ಟರ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಇದು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರಿ ಇದೆ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1% ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಇವರು.
ಓಕೆ.
2 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರಿನ ರನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ 2 ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಲಾಸ್ ದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾವು ಹಲೋ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ 2 ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಲಾಸ್ ದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು.
ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ ಸರ್. ಓಕೆ.
ಈಗ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ನಾವು ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ರೀ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಏನ್ ತಗೋತೀವಿ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಅಥವಾ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನಂತ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನ ಟೈಪ್
ಲಾಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಂತದ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅದು ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಲಾಸ್ ಎದಕ್ಕಾಗ್ಯದ, ಯು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ದ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ದೋಸ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರ್ಸ್, ದೋಸ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆರ್ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಷನ್. In that area you can prove that you can give a best suggestion for that company here. You must find out what are the factors. What are the factors? Whether mistake is there from the organization point of view, or are they fulfilling the satisfaction of the customers? Okay, they have to make a survey. Then we have to go for. They have to go for that. You have to select such an organization for your studies. An opportunity, good opportunity for you to select such an organization.
Okay, madam.
Okay,
thank you, ma'am.
Others? Anybody have the questions? Muralakar, Sunta Chavan. Okay, thank you. All participants have asked their questions, and also madam clarified their doubts and questions. Okay, thank you, madam, and also all participants who have participated in our discussion. Okay, now we go for the presidential remark. I request our principal, beloved principal, S.S. Rajmane, please, I welcome to deliver the presidential speech on the occasion of this event, national seminar, national workshop on research methodology and preparation of the project.
Sir, good afternoon, everyone. Inaugurator of this webinar, respected Dr. B.S. Nami, sir, resource person, Dr. B.R. Hiremat, madam, organizing secretary, Professor I.S. Matapati, sir, the convener of this webinar, Dr. Santosh Kabade, sir, and the accuracy coordinator, Professor A. Mulla, ma'am, and Vijayalakshmi, ma'am, and all participants and all staff members. Today, our college held a national level online workshop on the topic research methodology and preparation of projects. All the teachers and dear students who participated in the webinar hope this webinar was of great use. Already Dr. B.S. Nami sir, Matapati sir and B.R. Hiremat ma'am have highlighted the overview of the workshop with core aims, objectives, design and areas of various research methods and techniques and the preparation of project and how to prepare them properly. She has explained the design of the workshop to participants and assured them of a learning experience provided in this workshop. I hope this workshop has resolved all doubts of researchers and students and academicians and hope the participants will take proper use of this. Lastly, I thank each and everyone who attended this webinar and made it successful. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಂದು ಒಂದು ವಿಶೇಷವಾದ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ವಿಭಾಗ PG ವಿಭಾಗದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಉಪನ್ಯಾಸಕರಿಗೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟರ್ ಆದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಎಸ್ ಮಠಪತಿ ಅವರು ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಸಂತೋಷ್ ಕಬಾಡೆ ಅವರು ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ವಿಜಯಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಹಾಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ IQAC ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟರ್ ಆದ AI ಮುಲ್ಲಾ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ, ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ನನ್ನ ವಿಶೇಷವಾದ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು BS ನಾವಿ ಸರ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಕರೆಗೆ ಹೋಗೊಟ್ಟು ಇವತ್ತು ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಉಪಯುಕ್ತವಾದ ಮಾಹಿತಿಗಳನ್ನ ತಾವು ಮತ್ತು ಹಿರೇಮಠ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವರು ನೀಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ, ನನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟಾಫ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್, ಎಲ್ಲ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸಿಂಗ್ ಕಮಿಟಿ, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೇಟ್ ಆದಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳಿಗೂ ನನ್ನ ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕವಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for giving me an opportunity.
So much, thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam.
You provided the better presidential remark on event of this function. You are always running with your motivational means, always you supported us to organize this type of function. Thank you, sir. Once again I thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, now I request to make a vote of thanks Dr. Vijayalakshmi Belagumpi.
Vijayalakshmi ma'am, unmute your mic.
Vijayalakshmi madam.
Thank you, sir. Very good afternoon to all. I, on behalf of this one-day national level online workshop on research methodology and preparation of project organized in our college. Principal, organizer, on behalf of teaching, non-teaching staff, I extend a very hearty vote of thanks to the honorable delegates who blessed us with their presence and spared valuable time out of their busy schedule. I consider it as a great privilege to propose a vote of thanks to all the dignitaries. First of all, I would like to propose hearty vote of thanks to the inaugurator, Honorable Dr. B.S. Navi, Chairman, Department of PG Studies in Commerce, Rani Chennamma University, Belgavi, for inaugurating this workshop and giving wonderful inaugural address regarding insights of learning, research, researcher, attitude of the researcher, his knowledge, passion, and his perfection towards the research. So I thank you, sir, for your wonderful inaugural address.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much.
And also, I would like to thank resource person Dr. Bharti R. Hiremat, ma'am, HOD Department of PG Studies in Commerce, DLDE, Vijaypur, for delivering the lecture on research methodology and preparation of project. On behalf, I thank you, ma'am, for your very interesting, thorough, and useful thoughts on the topic, which truly useful for our students, PG students or participants, researchers who may make use of this in their projects as well as in their forthcoming researches. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you once again. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And also, on behalf of the workshop organizers, IQAC, and on my own behalf, I would like to pay sincere gratitude to President of our today's workshop and also our beloved Principal, Professor S.S. Rajmanya, who is a constant source of inspiration and always striving for the development of our college or institution. We will ever be grateful to you, sir. Thank you, sir. And also, I take this opportunity to wish or express gratitude to the organizer, Professor I.S. Madpati sir, for taking a lead in organizing this national level workshop, which helps the upcoming research scholars as well as the PG students. Thank you, sir. I also thank IQAC coordinator, Professor A. Mullah, and also the convener of this one-day workshop, Dr. S.B. Kabade, Assistant Professor in Commerce, for taking all the technical responsibilities and also for hosting the program. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Also, I wish to express thanks to Professor A.T. Mutkananawar, Staff Secretary of our college, Dr. S.S. Andi, PG Studies in Commerce, GFGCV. Last but not the least, as no program becomes successful with a single person, so I extend my big thanks to our teaching, non-teaching staff of our college for their support in organizing the workshop. And also the participants, PG students, for their participation and the interest shown throughout the program and making this workshop a grand success. Once again, I thank you one and all.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
Okay,
ma'am.
now you conclude the Google Meet means online national level online workshop for research methodology and the preparation of the project work. Our pleasure thing is that more than 1,260 participants are registered for our online workshop, and also more than average 250 watts YouTube live. Okay, thank you, and one and all participants, all dignitaries. Thank you. Okay, and I will send the feedback link. After submission of the feedback link, then we get the e-certificate. But the Google provided only 100 certificate daily. If you not get the certificate per day, next day you have to try to do the feedback. Okay, then you will get the certificate. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir.